Cebu's brand of radio, Monster Radio, BT 105.9, Imagine Dragons with It's Time. And we're going to take some time out to talk with the Cebu Dragons. Now, tomorrow, what's happening at CIS, the Visman Rugby Football Union and the Cebu Dragons are hosting the Potbelly Pigs 2012, the Potbelly Pigs Cebu 10s International Rugby Festival. By international, that means that you got other teams from China, from Malaysia, and Korea. So right now we got Homer, who plays for the national team, also for the Cebu Dragons, and we also have. Can you guys say hello?
Hey guys.
Good afternoon, Cebu.
Yep. Yeah. Hello, Southside. So for all our listeners, they're here to talk about this event that's happening, and the way I look at it, rugby is really growing. It's growing as a sport. Maybe in comparisons to how the Philippine national soccer team is doing, the Ascals, who just played recently. And do you guys agree this is the direction that rugby is going to?
No, of course.
Yeah.
What's going on is the Philippine Ascals definitely have they have a big fan base here in the Philippines, and Volcanoes are they're right behind the Philippine Ascals.
Right.
And right now they're not so big with their fan base, but it's coming up. It's growing.
That's good. The Cebu Dragons are really doing well. how many of you, or how many Dragons compose the national team? Because I think there's a lot of you.
For this year, it's just myself
Uh-huh.
in the national, but in the development squad, there
There
was
it
quite
is.
a few guys.
Mhm.
Jerry, Lester, Jeffrey, Ramil, and we had a few guys in there.
I see. So how about the ladies teams? I know that the ladies team is really, doing well for themselves.
Yes, the Cebu girls are actually, a lot of them are in the national squad for the girls.
Mhm.
More than half the team are composed from the Cebu ladies.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. The
Yeah.
ladies are the ones that are doing really, really
Yes.
well. And for our listeners, so that they know, what is rugby? Can you describe, the game itself in a brief couple sentences? How would you describe, rugby?
Yeah, it's a tough sport. That's for sure. It's always a good play. It's fun.
Right.
You get like a family feeling afterwards. The game
I love that.
you compete tough on the field, and afterwards you shake hands, get a couple of beers, and it's all forgotten if you get hurt by another guy in the match. But
Right. Now, Christian, you're from Denmark, and you've been playing rugby
That's
for quite some time. So you have you have a wealth of experience with rugby. How do you see the rugby team here, or how do you compare, or how can you compare the rugby team here in the Philippines to the rugby, outside in Europe?
Denmark is it's a work in progress. It's developing, and it's developing pretty fast. I think we're lucky to get a coach from New Zealand to coach us this year. So,
Yeah.
He's making a great effort, and I think the team is growing very well.
Really fast progression with the coach from New Zealand.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So what do you guys feel? Are you guys excited? Are you guys anxious to play tomorrow? Because this is an international event. Where do you guys, if you guys win, what does this qualify for?
Oh, of course, we're all excited. This is the 6th annual Cebu 10s tournament, and the guys are all excited because this is the Dragons here,
Right.
And we come here, we set up this event so that we can win it, and we're here inviting all these international teams so that they know that there's rugby here in Cebu, and they gotta watch out for us.
I remember when rugby first started here. It just started out as a bunch of friends hanging out and just finding something to do. And now you guys have grown exponentially, where you guys are also playing on an international level. You guys.
And that's where they came in 3rd place, beating South Korea to be
Wow.
qualified in the Rugby World Cup in Moscow next year.
So the Philippine Volcanoes defeated South Korea to qualify
Yes,
to play
exactly.
in the Rugby World Cup next year.
Yeah, alongside Japan and I think Hong Kong.
So I believe Japan is the number one
Yeah.
rugby team right now
Number 1 seeded
in Asia.
And then next is Hong Kong.
Wow. you guys have
They're
a
tough.
tough road ahead of you guys. And that's one of the things about rugby. So the sport rugby, I mean, if our listeners want to go out there and join, I mean, is there I mean, do you have to be, muscular? I mean, do you have to be
Oh no.
athletic?
Rugby is you can be young, old, thin, fat, slow, fast. You can be any size, anything. You can play rugby. I've seen guys that are 54 years old. play
54
rugby.
years old?
Yes, as old as 54 play rugby, and I've seen kids at the age of 6 play rugby. Right, so rugby isn't specific for any type of person. Right, it can be for anybody, and you don't have to play full contact rugby as well. There's touch rugby, which is where a lot of people are taught at.
Right.
And then they get to if they want to play full contact, then they can switch to full contact.
To me, rugby seems to be very built. I mean, it revolves a lot around a lot of camaraderie. You guys go there, have fun, play games, and then you guys get a chance to compete against each other. But right after, it's just hanging out with the guys. Even though you guys are maybe playing on separate teams, I mean, you guys get to see these people when you guys tour. And what I'm trying to get at is this what, like, our listeners, if they join, is this what they're going to also get? Is this what they feel? I mean, what can they expect if they want to join?
Yeah, of course. It's like I said before, it's like a big family, and you'll get a part of that, and enjoy the camaraderie with all the other guys, and you meet a lot of guys from all over the world. In all the teams I played in, you see people from France, England, Australia, New Zealand,
right.
Canada.
Nice.
All
right. Last question before we ask our listeners, or you invite them to the event. What can, let's say, if anybody wants to just join, what can they benefit from? What do they benefit from rugby?
You can benefit a lot from your fitness, right? Healthy living, for sure. And afterwards,
is it really healthy living? Because you guys are going to be partying like right after.
No, it is healthy living. Because,
healthy living, quote unquote.
I mean, when you do play a full game of rugby, it is a tough 80 minutes.
Oh, so it's 80 minutes.
Yes.
Is it like soccer?
Yes.
Like a straight 80-minute
straight
timer?
80 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, June killed me on that one.
That's a full game of rugby. But yes, it is healthy living. And one of our mottos in rugby is always play hard, party harder.
Yeah.
So
That's healthy living.
Yes.
All right. So one last thing, invite our listeners to come join you guys and come watch the rugby games that are going to be happening tomorrow at CIS. Now, I believe entrance is free. Refreshments are going to be on sale, and you guys.
Yeah, come along for a fun day. It's gonna be something you won't forget. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. One more thing. What time does it start?
It starts at 9 a.m. Right? We got the kids touch rugby starting at 9.
What are they? How young can they actually be?
5, 6 years old.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. So yes, we got the kids touch rugby starting at 9, and then we got the men's and the ladies right after that. So from 9 until about 5:30 in the afternoon, 5 o'clock, we've got a full day of rugby ahead.
That sounds really, really good. And there you have it, Southside. Just a couple of dragons, but very big dragons at that, coming to invite you guys to come join us tomorrow at CIS at 9 p.m. That's when, or not 9 p.m., at 9 a.m. when the games begin. And I think it'd be great to have Cebu, backing up the national team, and of course the Cebu Dragons, who are obviously, making how would you say, a way for themselves to become on a world platform, stars. And I think that's a really good thing, and a really good thing for Southside, for you guys to join and be a part of. Thank you guys for joining us.
I hope this was